Hello and welcome to today's practice. We are going to be focusing on the core. So just really quick, what is the core? The core is made up of some different muscle groups, the rectus abdominis, internal external obliques, your hip flexors, your glutes, and your erector spinae. And we're going to do, let's see, 6 exercises that are going to target that muscle group. But before we do that, we are going to warm up the lower body a little bit. And I recommend having a belt, a towel, or a yoga strap. And we will also begin with 3 deep breaths with the incur from doTERRA. Incur, our core is our anchor. It helps us with stability as we go through our days. Strong core can also help us prevent injury, especially when it comes to the lower back. I have SI joint issues, and developing my core through yoga has changed my life, knock on wood. So 3 deep breaths to begin here. So we'll breathe it in, hold, and breathe out. Remember, any oil or no oil will do as well. Breathing in and breathing out. And one more, breathing in and breathing out, and just letting yourself arrive here to your practice. And we are going to lay on back today, having your towel, belt, or strap handy. And just get comfortable. We're going to keep the knees bent, feet flat on the floor here. And just make sure you can grab whatever prop that you're using. And again, we're just arriving to practice. So we're going to scan from the top of the head to the tip of the toe, and we're just checking in with how you're feeling. So especially if you're working the core and you have some lower back tightness or pain, it's really, really important to check in. And very, very important to honor what your back is telling you. So throughout these exercises, do what works best. You do not want this to hurt. You can also skip exercises and rest if it's too much, okay? There's going to be a lot that we do with range of motion and levers and gravity that is all going to affect kind of how we experience each exercise. And so right now I'm just kind of rocking my hips from side to side, nice and easy. And we're just going to breathe naturally throughout practice today. So no specific breath, just not holding the breath. And I know you have a to-do list. I know you have things on your mind, but you're going to empty out your mind into your drawer, close the drawer, and be in between the 4 corners of your mat for today's practice. All that stuff can wait. You must make yourself a priority. And now we'll just take one knee into your chest. It doesn't matter what knee, because we're going to do both sides. And I'm just rocking it gently from side to side, saying hello to the muscles in the hip. And now I'm starting to do a rainbow motion with my knee. So up and around. And you don't have to be going the same speed as me, okay? You want to follow your breath and the range of motion that feels best for you right here. And now I'm going to take it into a circle. So I'm just circling one way. And then pause, and then we'll circle the other way. And it doesn't matter how big or whatever size circle that your hip is in, that is perfect. And we're going to take that knee up into our armpit. And then release it a little bit, breathe it in. Now as you breathe out, really pull that knee in towards your chest, up towards your armpit. Breathe it in and relax. 2 more times. Breathe it out, pull it in. Breathe it in. Breathe it out, pull it in. And we're going to release. I'm going to grab my prop and put it behind the ball mount of my foot and lengthen that leg up in the air. Knee is always as soft as you need, and you want your back to be completely on the floor. So if you're extending, then that means like your hip rolls up or you're arching your back, that means you need to back out, okay? Especially since we just rolled into this little hamstring stretch and your hamstrings are probably like, oh, okay, so hello. So we're just breathing here. And then when you're ready, you're just gonna start to bring that knee into the chest and extend. And you're just breathing in and out, however feels best for you. And this is not meant to be, you know, a race or something that you're just like flying through today. There's nothing that's better than the other as we go through options. You have to honor where you are. You have to honor, we all have different lengths of limbs and everything. You hear me say that a lot because it's true. And so there's no comparison when we're on the mat. We have to let go of the ego. One more time. And as we lengthen it this time, now we're just going to point and flex. Point and flex. And again, remember, knee is as soft, as bent as you need it to be. And now we're going to do eversion and inversion, which is moving the ankle from side to side. And it might feel a little weird one way and the other. You might say, ooh, when I do this, I feel it here. Totally normal. Just trying to tell you what sides of your leg are maybe a little bit more tight, maybe a little, need a more strength. Just gathering information here. A couple more point and flex. And then on your next breath in, we're going to lower that leg down as far as it feels comfortable to do so. And then we'll breathe out and bring it up. So some pendulum swings here. Just taking your time, finding your range of motion. So whatever that looks like to you is awesome. What's great about this type of practice too, when you do it over and over, you're going to see how you progress. That's my favorite. And yoga is a practice. It's not a perfect. It's another one of my favorite sayings. Every day on the mat is different, and it can be easy to judge yourself when you're like, well, that was easy the last time and it totally sucked this time. Yep, same. It happens to me too. Our bodies, especially once you get into your 40s and beyond, they just like to mess with you, I think. Right? You're like, I feel 20 though inside. All right, we're gonna hold it up at the top. You're gonna grab your prop hand that is the same hand, same as your leg. There we go. And you're gonna open it out to the side as far as it feels comfortable and come in. Now the biggest thing here is we keep both hips on the mat. So if you start to roll, you've gone too far. This is not about, I'm gonna touch my frickin' foot to the floor, okay? This is about what is going on in that inner thigh area. Okay, so just finding the stretch. You can play with pointing and flexing your foot, and the inversion and eversion that we practice. And it's just so that you can explore your body, like what's going on, what feels good, what's like, wow. And again, there's no judgment, just saying, okay, this is what's going on with me today. And you're just breathing, breathing, breathing. We're gonna do one more. And when we come back to center, we're gonna switch hands. And you might wanna go ahead and bend that knee a little bit more than you have been. And we're crossing the body and we're keeping the hip down, okay? There'll be a lot of times in yoga class where we let you twist. That's not this, because I'm getting into your IT band. And if we're doing it right, and you're quote unquote a normal human, I guess, you're not going to be able to go that far, because most of us, we spend a lot of time sitting. You know, when we walk, do stairs, the IT band is working overtime, and we typically don't take time to stretch it. So this should not be something that you have a ton of range of motion. If you do because you dance, you're just hypermobile, congratulations. But I would like you to explore maybe then pointing or flexing the foot, maybe then just pulling the leg higher as you go across instead of, I'm just going to flip it all the way to the other side of the mat. And just one more. All right. And then come to center. Release that down. Now extend that leg all the way long and then shake your little foot out like a windshield wiper. And then I want you to go ahead and extend the other leg and say, how does this hip and leg feel compared to this one? This leg feels longer to me, and my hip, I can tell that it's more released. So that's just like, okay, this is what's happening here. And then we're just going to take those legs back, set your prop where you can find it again. And then we just pull that opposite knee into the chest. And we just begin to rock it side to side. Just nice and easy. I think I started with the side to side. It doesn't matter. We'll do them all. And noticing like this hip is feeling a little tighter than my other side, which is interesting. My left side is normally my looser side, and I'm doing my left side right now. And then you're just going to start to pull that into that rainbow motion. And you're just breathing. So also just checking in, like, am I holding my breath? Oh my God, am I breathing? Yes, right? We just want to keep the breath flowing. Never hold the breath today. And then we'll start to go into circles. Nice big circles, just breathing the breath. Then we'll pause and circle the other way. And we'll pull that knee in up towards that armpit. Release the left. As you exhale, really pull that knee in towards the chest, up towards that armpit, and release. 2 more. See, I told you we'd finally get to the exercise I started with on the other side. My brain just works backwards at times. And release. All right, so now we're finding our prop here. Boop-a-doo. Bringing it on up. And we start with the knee bends again. So pulling into the chest and then releasing. Honoring the range of motion that's on this side. My psoas feels pretty sticky on this side today. There's something on my toe. It will drive me crazy if I don't do something about it. I don't know if anybody else is like that. Probably not. Insight into my mind. Just keep breathing, pulling that knee in and then lengthening your leg. I talked a lot on the other side. And that's usually how I keep count. So I apologize if we do more or less on this side. Typically from teaching for so long, I know about what 30 seconds in a minute is. Anyway, so at the top, we're going to hold and point and flex that foot. Ankle, I should say. Dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. And then inversion and eversion as we move that foot ankle side to side. This is really, really important, like ankle mobility, especially as we age. I don't know if any of you have sprung your ankle as many times as I have, but if we don't work out the muscles that we then shortened from the strain, especially like go to run, even walk, and you're like, why am I getting injured? So point and flex again. And we got to take care of our joints, our tendons, and our ligaments as much as we think about our big muscle groups. And then we'll hold in the center, and then we'll start to lower that leg down as much as it feels comfortable on this side, and then coming back up. Just taking your time, finding your range of motion. So actually this hamstring, my left hamstring, I tore in high school, and I kept doing all the things on it, so it took 18 months to heal. And I just heard it not too long ago by sprinting. Why do I need to sprint at 42? I don't know. It just seemed like a good idea at the time. So mine is saying hello to me a little bit today. So that's what I mean by just like, you know, I'm listening to my body. It's giving me feedback and I'm saying, okay, no more sprinting. Got it. that ship has sailed for me. And that's okay. We all have different seasons of life that we have to honor. They typically don't look the same, you know? And that's what's hard. Coming up, so hand same as leg, we'll open it up. Hips stay on the mat, okay? As you open and close. You want all your seasons maybe to look the same. However, I'm not 20, and I'll never be 20 again. And my body doesn't move in the ways that it did when it was 20. It doesn't even feel good to do the stuff that I did in my 20s. Why do I want to be, my 20s were a hot wreck. Why do I want to be 20 again? If you're 20, I'm sorry. Like, you're going to learn some lessons, okay? So it's all right, but you'll see when you get older, I guess. Wow. When stuff like that comes out of your mouth, you think, ugh. You just can't believe it's coming out of your mouth, right? You sound like your mother. So just a couple more here. See, when I have lots of time to like think, I got a lot to say, you know, just a gentle warming up. Feels great, A. And I'm not too far deep in my mind thinking about what I gotta say next. And then we'll go ahead and switch. So we're going across. Yep, this side is so tight today. It is mad. So if you gotta say, all right, I cannot do that same range of motion, even the same speed from the other side. Because I want to bring this side into balance, but I can't force it. And it may come into balance, probably not today. It sure doesn't feel like it. And it may not ever. You know, we're right-handed, we're left-handed, and that makes a difference. Even the way that we learned to walk when we were little, you know, it affects us to this day, because guess what? We walk the same. It's wild to me. All right, just a couple more of these bad boys. Ooh. All right. And you can go ahead and release. Give that knee a tug in. Relax that leg out. Oh yeah, other leg, and then hopefully feel like, all right, I feel some nice kind of more balance here. All right, so now we're gonna get to the core. I just have to sit up for a minute because I just don't want to get my exercises out. I arranged them just so I just want to make sure I can keep on my stuff today. All right, so soles of the feet on the mat. Arms are up like someone's gonna pull you up off your mat. And we're just gonna take one arm up overhead and bring it back to center and then switch. Now, as you do this, I want you to pretend like I'm about to drop a 100-pound rock on your belly. So you are squeezing your belly tight and you're breathing, okay? And you're honoring the range of motion of your shoulder. So if you don't come back as far as I do, I have hypermobile shoulders. So that's something I know about myself. It's okay. You know, you are honoring yourself. And having hypermobile shoulders is not all it's cracked up to be. So, you know, like, don't think like, oh my God, I wish I did too. No, you don't. You're just breathing. Just a couple more. We'll do one more on each side here. And I got one last one. All right, so now we're gonna just take those arms all the way down, put your hands on your hips. Now you're gonna arch your back like someone's gonna fit your whole hand under that. We will never do this today. If this starts to happen, you need to pause and show you what we're gonna do, okay? Now we're gonna arch the other way and pull your booty up off the mat a little bit. We never want this to happen either today. So we wanna find what I call happy middle ground. So I kind of Find where you're going to feel your sacrum, your lower back, kind of imprinted, kissing the ground, okay? And even when you do that, you should feel your core fire up. And that's where we're going to be. All right, so hands back. Now one knee up and then down. And then next knee up and down. Now, as you pull this knee in, it's like you're crunching and down and crunching and down. And you can stay right there, or you can pull both knees up, and we're just going to do it a little bit opposite. So dropping the heel, then lifting it up. Dropping the heel and lifting up. Dropping the heel and lifting up. Now I'm going to add on again here. So I'm going to take one heel down. Now the opposite arm is going to go overhead, and then I'm going to bring it back to center. And then switch. So this is dead bug, modified dead bug. So you can stay right here. We'll do one more on each side. You can stay right here, or if you'd like to try, you can lengthen your legs up and take a longer lever. So you have to do what feels best for your body, and you have to breathe. So a nice inhale and a nice exhale. This is not the Olympics for how fast we can dead bug, okay? Dead bug works best for the rectus abdominis when we are slow and controlled. Actually, that's like, I feel like life needs to be more slow and controlled, so this is what we're doing. It should burn. If you need a break, you take a break and you come back to it, okay? We're just gonna do one more on each side, and you're doing wonderfully, dead bug. All right, that's your last one. You're gonna pull those knees into your chest, do a little rock from side to side, say how you doing low back, maybe a couple circles, and then we're gonna come up to seated. So you could rock up, or you could use your hands to push yourself up, whatever works best, okay? We're gonna keep the soles of the feet on the floor, hip width apart, and your back is nice and long. I want you to pretend like I just took an entire metal rod and inserted it into your spine. So you have to be straight the entire time. Now we're gonna lean back into our lazy boy, but we keep that metal rod, and exhale, come up. So we inhale, come back. Exhale, and I'm holding on here, or you can let go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Two more. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Now let yourself kind of round out, little rock. I know my lower back gets tired there, and it needs a break. So now we're going to take it into a twist from side to side. So you get to play with how far you lean into what feels best. You also get to decide how far you twist, okay? So that's how you can see yourself progress, as the different options you choose. So we're sitting up nice and tall. We got that metal rod. We lean back into our lazy boy. You're going to bring your hands. I just like to kind of, I don't know, cup them, and then we're going to go side to side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Oops. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. We've got 4, 3. This is our obliques. 2, 1, and done. Come up. Take a little rest, and you're going to extend your legs as wide as your mat, and your knees are bent as much as you want, okay? Sitting up nice and tall again. We have that metal rod through our spine, and we're taking our arms long. This is borrowed from Pilates. So we breathe in, and we breathe out when we twist. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in and twist. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. It's like you're wringing out a towel. So wring out your obliques. Breathe it in. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. exhale. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, exhale. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, exhale. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, exhale. 3, 2, 1. One more each side. Breathe, exhale. Exhale, sit up tall. 3, 2, 1. And come to center. I'm just going to pull my knees in a little bit. Again, around my back. Little rock out. Deep breath in and out. Okay, so we've done rectus abdominis, internal, external oblique. Now we're going to hip flexors. So hip flexors, you might get a cramp. If you do, stop. Okay, let the cramp release. You don't want to push through that. That's not what we're trying to do here. Okay, so we're sitting up nice and tall, and I'm going to turn kind of. Well, I'm trying to see. Maybe it was best right here. Okay, so you have your hands down, and I'm going to lengthen my legs a little bit. And I'm sitting up nice and tall. If you start to hunch forward or round, that's going to take it out of the hip flexor, which is what we're trying to work. So we just lift the leg, lower down, switch. Lift the leg, lower down. Sit up tall, lift. So if I want to make it a little more difficult, I can take my arms away. The longer the leg, that will also change it. Okay, so you can play with how you want to bend your knees, all that good stuff. I was leaning back a little bit. We're going to do 2 more. All right, so that was our little intro to see how it feels. Now we're going to stay on one leg. So we'll do 8 on one leg and then 8 on the other. Okay, so we're going to find what we want to do, all those options, and pick a leg, and we go for 8. So it's 8, down, 7, down, 6. You'll know you're doing it right because it'll hurt right here. Not hurt, I should say burn. 4, I think that was 4. 3, 2, and 8 is probably about good. And just shake it out like a little windshield wiper. All right, other side. Keep breathing as we go. Here we go. Lift and lower. 2. I'm a terrible counter, but I'm trying to be better. We do got 4 more here. It's 4. On the ones that matter, I think I pay attention. 3, 2, and 1. Woo, and shake it out. Okay, we're coming on to our bellies now. This is also from Pilates. It's called swimming. And it's sort of like the opposite. It's like the kind of dead bug, I guess, on your belly. So we're going to start. Just bring your hands to a little pillow, make a pillow, and take your feet hip width apart, and then squeeze your legs so your knees lift up off your mat, but the tops of your feet, stay onto your mat. And then press your hips down, but pull your belly up and release your butt. Okay, so you're pretty active right here. Now, this is about length, not height. So pick a leg, lengthen it up, press your hip down, and release. So you're keeping both of your hips on your mat. So if you feel yourself roll up, you've gone too far. It's about length, not height. So feel like I have your toe, and I'm trying to pull your leg out of your socket and down. Lift and lower. 1 more. Lift and lower. Now you're gonna lower your upper body. Now your feet don't move, okay? We keep that active, so the tops of your feet, press into the mat, look down. Now you're gonna lift one arm up and down. Other arm, and your arms are active, okay? So the palms are on the floor, but everything else is lifted. Pull that belly up, push those hips down, squeeze your thighs, tops of the feet press into the mat. We're gonna do 1 more on each side. All right, and rest down. So relax, kind of shift your hips side to side. And then now we're going to put this together. So first up, activate your legs, okay? Pull it in, reach your arms long. Now pick a leg, stretch that leg out, and then thumbs up, 7 up on the other hand. Release it down. Other side. lift. Thumbs up, 7 up, reach that leg long and down. Lift and lower. Switch, lower. So we're switching every time as we lift and lower. And we're breathing. Here's 4 and down, 3 and down, 2 and 1. Take your hands underneath your armpits and then push your booty to your heels. And you're going to keep your upper back kind of up and you're rounding down. So it's like a snail type of posture from Pilates. So kind of in between a child's pose and a puppy pose and a tabletop. What we're doing is releasing low back. All right, and now we're going to flip on to our back again. Do, do, do. Take your time. And your knees will stay bent. Soles of the feet on the floor. Feet hip width apart, and you're going to walk your heels as close to your booty as you can. And you want to make sure when we do this exercise that your knees don't flare out or in. They stay in alignment with your femur bones here. Now you're going to tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. They come together like a big piece of pie. So you should feel your collarbones and chest open. Breathe in. As you breathe out, push down into your feet. Lift your hips up into a hip bridge. Doesn't have to be high. And then lower back down. But don't touch. Now lift. Squeeze your glutes. Press down. Push your hips up. And lower down. You're going to get a stretch in your quads too. Exhale, lift up. Keep breathing. Lower down, but not all the way down, so we're keeping the contraction. Exhale, lift, so we're working the glutes here. Swimming was the erector spinae. Lower down. Lifting up. And down. Lifting up. And down. Lifting up. And relax. We're going to do one more set, and if you would like to pump it up a notch, we're going to do 16, and you can do 8 on one leg and 8 on the other. That is too much for my SI joint, so I will not be even demonstrating that option. So if you're doing it, just make sure your back is on board. Okay, so here we go. 16 nice big hip bridges, big squeeze in the bottom. We go lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, push down to the feet, squeeze the butt, lift, lower, lift, 2 more if you're on single leg, 2, we've got 8 left, switch legs if you're doing single, 8, big squeezes, lift, breathe in. You got 4 more. Here's 4. 3. Remember, we're not touching that booty down. 2. Big squeeze, last one. And relax it all the way down. I'm going to pull my knees into the chest and do a little rock and roll. So we're going to go through all of the exercises up to swimming because we just did 2 sets of glute bridges, so we don't need to do those again. And then we will be done with our core class. So dead bug, we've got all of those options from knee in to heel down, single leg, knees up, extended, okay? So pick your poison, and you can even change it as we go along, and we're gonna do, I think we're gonna go for 20, okay? Here we go. Down and lift, down and lift, down and lift. Remember, it's not about how fast you can go. Control, breathing. If you need a break, take a break and come back in. I believe that's 10, so we've got 10 more. 10. I forgot my arms. No, it's like just the wrong arm. 8. That's okay. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3 remember that 100-pound rock. 2 and 1. Pull the knees into the chest, rock up or lift yourself up, sitting up nice and tall. Metal rod, coming back, 20 twists. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Give it a little stretch. Extend your legs, wide as the mat. Knees soft or long. 10 Pilates twists. So here we go. We twist 3, 2, 1, all the way to the other side. That's 2. Breathe in, exhale. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. This is number 4, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, twist. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3. That was 6. Inhale. 4, 2, 1. Lift. 3, 2, 1. 2. You gotta really squeeze. 2, 3, and release. Give it a shake. So we're going into that straight leg raise. 8 on each side. Metal rod. Squeeze that belly. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, shake. Woo! And let's do the other side. 1, no, 7. What am I doing? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, shake. Onto the belly we go for swimming. We're going to go right into opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay, so reach the arms. Arms are active. Press the tops of the feet. Squeeze your thighs. Remember, release your glute. Look down at your mat. Lift a leg, opposite arm, and we're going for 20. Here we go. Switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. And push back into snail or child's pose, whatever you like best. Releasing that lower back. We're going to stay here for about 20 more seconds. Just breathe. So we've gotten a little sweat on. I know I did. And uncurl through the spine. And you're going to have a seat on your bottom. And open up for a wide leg. So you pick your piece of pie. Remember when we do this, the toes have to stay straight up, feet flexed, knees soft, metal rod through the spine, and we come forward. So we're stretching hips here. And you'll probably say, thank you. I know my hips are. We'll hold here for about 20 seconds. And again, it's not about pancake. It's about long spine, toes up, feet flexed, because you're getting some into some other muscles that are going into besides just that inner thigh. And lift up, bring those legs together, bend one knee. Now, if you like to cross it over, cool. It is not necessary, okay? I don't really like to do it. And you're just gonna twist and you're pulling this knee in towards the midline. So we're stretching that outer hip a little bit here. Also, just a little twist, looking over your shoulder. So this is so we can back up our cars when we're 80. And come to center, switch. Do what you ever wanna do with the crossy and look over your shoulder. and come back to center. And then sit however you would like to sit, and just take notice. My hips feel pretty good. Hopefully yours do too. Hello, what wheel are you? Anchor, that's what I want. All right, where's my little clicker too? Got a lot going on. All right, so if you'd like to take 3 more deep breaths to close your practice with an oil, I've got Anchor. No oil, any oil. Okay. Breathe it in and exhale. Breathe it in and exhale. One more. Breathe it in and exhale. And drop your hands down. Soft gaze down or close the eyes, and just taking a moment to notice how you feel now from when you first started. What's different? That's no judgment. And allowing yourself to be proud to take this time just for you. So, so important. You know, I'm sure you've heard the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup, but boy, do we sure try, you know? Gotta make time for yourself every day. Bringing your hands to your heart center. I bow to you, my community. Thank you so, so much for practicing Metta, my friends.